Hey, book lovers. I am here to briefly discuss my thoughts on Eric LaRocca's Everything the Darkness Eats. So let's get into mainly what I did not like. I would like to preface this review by saying that I have appreciated much of their short stories. Eric LaRocca has written 3 short story collections that I've read thus far. The Trees Grew Because I Bled There, The Skin Was Once Mine, and Other Disturbances, which I just finished, and Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. I've liked almost all of his short stories. I think my problems seem to lie with his longer material. Because I also just recently read a novella by them entitled, he's got such long titles, You've Lost a Lot of Blood. Throughout the novel, I had to keep questioning whether I'd lost a lot of blood or whether I was having like low blood sugar, because I could not make sense of that novella, and that could totally be on me. But You've Lost a Lot of Blood is another example of something where it's like, there was 2 separate ideas that were really good on their own, and combined they became something that just didn't add up to me and didn't kind of work well. And that's my biggest complaint about this book, is it feels very much like 2 separate short stories stretched to the max and then forced to connect in a way that I didn't appreciate. I also want to say, just trigger warnings all the way around when it comes to this book. By far, it had the most graphic depictions of hate crimes against LGBTQIA plus members, and such intense essay scenes that, in my opinion, just went on for far too long. I mean, it was chapter after chapter after chapter, and it's like, okay, we've got the point. I didn't feel like there was any point to all of that being stretched to the max. It just felt like the point there was to make you feel bad or for shock value, and it felt very kind of torture, like fetishizing torture. I didn't like it, nor did I like how they wrote. While one of the characters is being brutally, heartbreakingly beaten and essayed violently, he's praising and commenting on his attacker's physical appearance and his appreciation of his physical appearance. Like, that was a choice. And I guess the last thing that I'll say about it is I feel like it handled the disability representation. I think that was all handled very poorly. I also think that the parenting in the novel was just so odd. Characters, so many characters in the book, really in both stories, but in particular the one story where the character has a daughter. So many characters in that story just made decisions that people would not make. Um, so yeah, it's an odd one for me. It's one that I really wanted to like. Unfortunately, it missed almost every mark, in my opinion. But if you've read it, let me know what you think. Feel free to let me know if you think I've been far too harsh. And feel free to comment your favorite Eric LaRocca story, LaRocca. And hopefully in the next video, I will be less nervous and better at doing this. So, thanks for listening to me bitch about this book.